Welcome back everybody to another F1 24 driver career mode episode. Today heading off to Austria, see what we can do there. So let's jump on into it. So let's jump on in here. Let's get the specialist assigned. Open DRS slot for more than 50 seconds during the race weekend. Can probably do that. Let's do that one. Finish in a better position than your teammate. And qualifying. Probably get a better shot in qualifying than in the race, in all reality. 5 laps in practice sessions. I do that anyways. Left and coast for 25 seconds or more. Incur no more than 3 penalties. We'll do 3 penalties, and nothing we can do there. So, driver details. Still making progress on our rating. Accolades. There we go. We've got 10 race starts, 2 top 5 qualifyings, 2 top 10 finishes, 13 championship points. Rivals. Stroll is beating us in the championship rivalry, but we are blowing the doors off of OCON here in the teammate rivalry. Driver ratings. There we go, and that brings us into there. In the R&D, let's see what's available. We have drag reduction here, which OCON is looking at. We could also go for the front wing for some downforce. We're setting okay in terms of the Alpine, or in terms of the Alpine and the standings for the Aero. Chassis we are currently working on. Because we are quite low in that, very low indeed. ERS, I think that's going to be an important upgrade. Let's go ahead and get that in the works, because that's going to be very important, with how much we have to use the ERS around in this game. So we're going to get that ERS upgrade going. Ocon's got a lot of DRS stuff going. We're letting him take care of that for the most part. The vehicle, probably need to switch out our energy store here after practice. I think everything else is looking okay. Probably about time to switch out that ICE. Let's just keep moving for now. Advance through some time. See what we can do there. Yeah, another upgrade in there from OCON. Still currently sitting in 8th in terms of the performance standings, but let me jump into practice and then we'll head off to qualifying. So we got all 300 of our resource points here. And experience goes up. Very nice there. I don't think anything else should go up. It does not. Perfect. Let's keep moving here. It is a sprint weekend, so we have sprint qualifying coming up next. I think some of those components that we've been a little bit worried about, we will replace after the sprint. I think that's probably my best bet. Give us fresh components for the main event. Let's go to the mediums here. 4 stars. We'll see how they work for us. Otherwise, we'll move to the softs for a hot lap. At least from what I experienced in practice, there's some very high tire wear around this track, so we'll see how that plays out. I can almost see us going to a medium or a hard tire for the sprint. Wait, guess it's a medium, but we'll see here. Using up some ERS. Stroll with the fastest lap here so far. Use some more ERS. And not feeling too bad here so far. It's going to be a matter of what we can do in Sector 2, I think. How we do into that long right-hander and then kind of down the hill through there as well. I'm feeling really good about that downhill section right there. ERS. That puts me in 4th. I'm not sure how many people have run laps. We'll see. Let's move down to 6th. Yeah, we're really quite fast through that last sector. But we're slow in Sector 2 for sure. Actually, we may be able to... Do we expect anyone... I expect the McLarens to jump us. I'm going to say we're going to be fine to not do another lap. We'll see how that works out for me. I'm going to say we're fine. Got bumped down, decent out there.
With qualifying
but we are only down to 11th, so actually worked out pretty well there. We have to use up those softs yet. Can try to use those. Get either into Q3 or SQ3, or even to put ourselves way up the order and SQ3 if we can maybe make it in there just based on lap time on these mediums. So we'll see here. We head into SQ2. We've got, I believe it's one of the Red Bulls up in front of us. Who appears to be on a flying lap. See here, using plenty of ERS down that straight. I'm going to use some more here. I don't think he used quite enough ERS that last lap. That could help me here. We're making up some time on Paris here. Don't really have much battery to use here, but that's alright. It's a shorter straightaway anyways. Could have been a little bit more aggressive through that corner. I've not really found the limit on that little section there, in terms of where how much grip the car has. Here we have, but that's kind of a standard running of that corner for me. Puts us in 5th. There's a lot of cars out on the softs. But if we can make it into SQ3 with our softs still available to us, no, we're going to have to run another lap. There's a lot of soft tires there. So I'm going to say if we could do that without needing to go to our soft tires, that would have set us up really well. But OCON is an SQ2 with us. Let me switch to that soft tire. Got just a little bit of time to advance here. where we need to go out. There we go. Let's jump on out. Lay down a good time here. I think we're going to be on the nope, you want to let me go. Thank you. Not sure what that was all about, but actually I need to go down to none here, so I have batteries to use for the slap. This is actually going to be a fairly simple track to use. That overtake button at, because there's really only 3 places to use it well. So, it's purple sector 1, which we also had before.
30 seconds left in the session.
That's fine. These tires are mostly going to benefit us, I think, through the second sector. Second and third sector, they don't really do as much good in that first sector with the long straightaways, but they do benefit me through there. Second sector was not the best, apparently. We're not going to be able to improve here. I'm more comfortable in the mediums, apparently. That, or it's got some weird track evolution, because that was not good at all. I'm not sure what happened there, but as we advance here, going to be 13th on the grid. Doesn't look like OCON improved its place either, so let's advance to the sprint race now. A little bit of a pace upgrade there, but now let's head off to the sprint race.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 meters above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Russell, Perez, Joe, Stroll, Hamilton, Bottas, Benjamin, Albon, Ocon, Sargent, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
So as we head off into the sprint, definitely going to be long stint on the mediums. I don't want to start out on the softs, because that's going to guarantee we have to make a stop. And I believe that's what everyone else is going to do as well. We need to gain 5 spots here in order to put ourselves into any
Okay, we're
points.
boxing somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
And some magnificent moves there to put us up into P10. Stroll has dropped 2 places off the start. Bit of an evasive maneuver there.
That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position. Give it
I'm
back.
trying. There we go. And we just had to give back more because they wouldn't get past us. Stroll kind of left the door open there. Joe's got a 10-second penalty. Very interesting there. I'm not sure what he did. But looks as though everyone's on the medium tire. I've not seen anyone on the soft. So clearly a strategy to go with here. Need to try to make some moves here early, try to get up to that 8th spot, try to pick up some points, but we'll see what we can do here. Got the DRS here, but so does literally everyone else. Using up some battery here. I'm going to try and make a move on Joe, and it works on Hamilton as well somehow. Trying to catch up to Perez of all cars, actually. Hamilton goes defensive there. Actually, just kind of parks in the middle there. Unable to get past him. I don't think the car really likes to brake there into turn 3, but oh well.
Somewhere on the MGUK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
So as we fall back a little bit to Hamilton, it's alright though, because we got DRS back in play. Using up some of that ERS, we need to drop that to none for the normal deploy, so we have enough to deploy when we need it.
Now. Keep it up.
Perez is quite a bit up the road. Stroll gets a good run. Or not Stroll. Joe gets a good run with that DRS there. Using some out of the corners here. He's got a lot of ERS, I believe. Granted, I know we're running low with the energy store and whatnot wearing out, but it's going to take a dive to our inside here. It is our weaker part of the track, but kind of a brake check there that we had to react to.
Keep on him, he might make a mistake.
So back down to 11th. Sailing it through there. Kind of Botas off, but I'm not that worried about it. Using some ERS here. Going to take a dive here. That works. Using up the ERS. Some DRS. I just wish I could get away from this DRS train, but I don't think that's going to happen. Just need to get up to Hamilton if I can, but that's going to be a no-go as Joe dives to the inside there. We were saving our battery, trying to
reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will
well
drop.
defended there. Didn't give us a window at all. Still going to be better off on the battery here. Botas makes a move down the inside. I have no idea how they're getting such these big runs, but some battery deployed here along with the DRS. Just going to go defensive. There we go. Use some ERS as well. Any hopes of catching Hamilton right now Dash coming to fight off these kick sabers, saber. I don't know. Again, no deploy on the ERS there, and Botas is able to get in front of me, and now Stroll is looking to attack. Luckily, we were just fighting him in terms of points that neither of us will be getting today, because otherwise that Aston Martin is a lot better than my car is. So let's see here, I'd still like to try to beat OCON. I'm not sure where he's at the moment, but man, we are just overall very slow. Car does not want to slow down into that corner there. It's been a couple times I've nearly taken off the wing. Yeah, we were really struggling. I don't know if the car is just heavy or what it is. Albon gets past us as I way overset that corner. Sargent gets past. Ocon's right behind us now.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm finding some of that as well.
Affect our tires, so try to get past.
Speed. Man, I don't know what it is. This car is just awful right now in the race. We were good in qualifying, but this is...
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment.
What?
Just be careful.
And now we're going to get stuck behind this train. Do some ERS. It may be mostly new parts for this race, because otherwise this is going to be a very long race. I think we are very easily the slowest car in the field right now. Like, without question. Ocon's pulled the gap on us. We're still getting attacked from behind, so I'm not sure what's up here. Am I just that slow during some of these sections, or I don't know. What I thought would be a fun race weekend is turning out not to be such a fun race weekend. I can still not break
the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
into that corner. And that doesn't help me either, because I get a bad run out of the corner then, which does me no favors in trying to catch up. So how was he able to make that?
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
How? Well, okay then. There's two of them? Okay, I don't know what the AI are on,
Okay,
but
the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon.
if there was a way for the cars to be on steroids, all the AI would have them compared to our car. Car is just slow. There's no other way to put it. I'm not sure how OCON is able to pass us, or how OCON's doing so well. Our cars, he may have some of those secret upgrades or whatnot, So I've not actually seen any of those, so. But
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by.
yeah, we're probably going to
2.6
finish
seconds.
this sprint and dead last. There's just, I'm going to use some ERS here, try to get a run.
Right, the gap's
It just takes me
ahead of
so
us.
long to
5.3 seconds.
get a run compared to what they can do. They hit their little ERS button, it's like rocket boosters. Like that's what, see? As soon as he hit that ERS button, it was like he's 50 miles an hour faster than I am. Dive it down the inside there. I'm trying to at least hang on to 17th here. Try to protect at least some of my positions, but like that is insane how much faster they are on us. I get maybe they've got some ERS upgrades in, but it takes me 5 times as long to pass them with the ERS and DRS compared to them just having ERS. Like there's no way that should happen. Look at that. Granted, yes, he's got DRS there, but my battery's gone and just like, nope. I cannot wait for some of the patch updates come out. Try to help fix some of this nonsense, because I think they're planning on fixing some of these nonsensical things with the AI.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
In a patch that I believe is supposed to be coming soon. I'm not sure. Gotta use up all my ERS there.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.1 seconds.
I can just not. I'd rather not, actually. Here they're going to get another run. Look at that speed. Like, there's no way. Have to go to the outside here. Nope, we're not finished in the 17th. Have to use up all the ERS just to hold on to the 18th. Max Verstappen wins the sprint. This entire sector in front of us and 12 laps. We're going to take a dive down the inside here. I'm going to be close enough to Joe to get the 16th, are we?
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
We even finished close enough to the car with with the 10-second penalty. How did we get? There's certain things that are starting to really bug me in this game.
Still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and of course the Grand Prix.
Yeah, he's somehow. How far behind? We were 5 tenths behind. Nope, that's. We were still 4 tenths behind Joe in order to try to. All right. Let's jump into race qualifying. I'm going to put new components on the engine, see if that helps. Otherwise, this is going to be a very long, boring episode. So let's see what we can do. A little bit of experience gain. A little bit of everything gained. How did we go up in focus? That's what I'm curious about. We definitely did not complete 20 overtakes. There's no way. Even trying back and forth with Ricardo so many times. Okay, apparently if you only finish one spot below expected, you get 100. Alright. I'm not going to question it. We're so low in focus. We've got to take what we can get. Now let's switch out some of these parts. MGUK is getting switched out. The energy store is going to get switched out. Control electronics I think are going to be fine for now. Let's also switch. Yeah, let's switch to the ICE as well. We're going to have to take a grid penalty on that eventually. But I'm not worried about that right now. Let's jump into qualifying here. Q1, Q2. Okay, this one is saved for the... Oh, we get that back from the sprint. Okay, so we can use that. Yeah, we'll use that one. Okay. Car setup, top speed. It's fine. Let's do this. Head on out to the track. If we are unable to do much anything in qualifying, then my strategy takes a turn, and we'll develop some completely new parts and the engine before the race. Get an extra row on all the components actually, but we'll see where we qualify. The thing is, our qualifying pace is really good, but as soon as you put all those AI out on track, it's impossible to do anything. They're just so much faster. So, see what we can do here. Tires are only going to be good for one hot lap. There's no way you can get a better lap on your second run on tires. Head to the line. It's third right off the bat. We'll see where it puts us in terms of the long term. Fifth there. Okay. Puts us in 10th. We're going to risk it. I only want to use one set of tires here. I'd rather use two sets in Q2 if we make it. Otherwise, I'm not opposed to just dropping spots here in favor of gaining engine components, because I think it's going to be a washed out weekend anyway. So very close there. Did we squeak in? I'm not sure if we did. We did. So I guess we got two. We should have two sets of softs for Q2 if we want to use those. Try to make it into Q1. Let me double check that. Yes. Okay. let's go out now, and we'll run another lap at the end of the session, see what we can do there. But we can set a really fast bank lap here as well, without any worry of we may be able to just rely on our bank lap. I'm not sure how that'll work out, but ERS right off the corner there, trying to get good runs down the straightaways. That's where we're using all of our ERS. Very nice here. I think the energy store is definitely helping out in terms of the amount of ERS I'm gaining, and as well as holding, and how effective that is around the lap. It's not majorly decharging whenever we hit it. I mean, it's going through it at a decent pace, but it was getting to the point where a little straightaway was burn over 50% of our battery. So very good lap here. See, puts me in third. Interested to see where it shakes out in the long term. 8th. So anyone, there's still cars that need to make laps too, so I'm not expecting hang on here. 10th, 11th. Everyone has made a lap and we're sitting at 11th. Put on fresh set. We'll advance here. We're going to try and make into Q3. Stroll is in that top 10. I think it's going to be very hard to... Ooh, I actually went too far there. That's going to be... We're going to be one of the last cars on the track. Which is actually a good thing, but I actually may have gone a bit too far. This time we got 38 seconds to make it to the line. Should be fine. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. ERS early on the straight. Already up some time, I think, because of that. Need to put in a good lap. We're going to be one of the last cars out on track here.
Right, we're right on the cusp now. We've been pushed down to P11.
All of the ERS there. Somehow we went negative there for just a second. Must not have gotten a great run out of one of those corners. Not great there. It is a better sector 2 there than we did in the first run.
2 minutes remaining in the session. We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying. Come on.
Use the ERS up about 2.5 tenths. Push this up. It does not. Not enough, at least. So we'll have to settle for 11th. But we do outqualify OCON. That's very good in terms of that rivalry, and I think as well a specialist goal. So let's jump on into the race. Let's check how this implicates or impacts the experience. Though, are we going to gain nothing? No, we're gaining some pace. That's right. Still going up decently in terms of that rating. Now let's jump on into the race and see what we can do there.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Benjamin, Joe, Albon, Ocon, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Sargent, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Alrighty, so with no grid penalties here still, in 11th, we're going to run that strategy, that default strategy. No sense in doing a 2-stop here. And that looks like a good plan for me. Start the race. Need to get ahead of Stroll here early, I think, to try to beat him out in terms of points. But we'll see what we can do here early. I do like this outside here. We have made our way in the front of Stroll. See what we can do here, and that looked like a broken wing to me. So there's someone up in front of us here without a wing now. I could make him very vulnerable for the second sector. I'll have to look for someone slow. I'm not sure if you guys saw pieces go flying. I thought I did, but there doesn't appear to be anyone going slow. Maybe I'm just imagining things. I could have sworn I'd seen some wing fly off.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
Heading into, what is that, turn 2, turn 3, whichever one it is. DRS now. We're going to end up with a massive train here.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Had to take a bit of a evasive maneuver there. Probably actually should have gone to the inside of Hamilton there and just gone for the overtake, but didn't feel like that was a wise move. I've got to start protecting my outside, which becomes the inside there, off of that long right-hander. They keep beating me out there. Stroll is down the order some. So no need to worry about him getting points. But I'd like to get some points of my own here to combat what he has made up on us. He placed in the points last race at Spain, but we'll see what we can do here. I'm out of battery. Hamilton very slow there. Use some ERS off the corner, but we are running so low on it. They really get checked up into that corner, so we're going to defend my outside here. Kind of give up the racing line a little bit, but it's going to allow me to defend through here a little bit better, I think. Though it may not actually be a good idea to do that. Now we're going to be subjecting ourselves to some pressure down this main straight.
Expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, this is going to get interesting.
Behind, 2.8 seconds.
Though I do welcome some rain. We seem to be good in the rain. So we'll see what we can do with that. There's that little bit of wing damage I thought I saw earlier. Maybe it's just someone bottoming out or something. I've got front wing damage though. They're so slow through that corner. I catch up so quickly. There's nowhere to go because of how tight that corner is. Using some ERS here. And kind of an aggressive dive there to defend against Piastri. Honestly, I'd prefer the rain to get here sooner rather than later. Have to go to some intermediates. Allow ourselves to put ourselves back in the fight. We'll see. Lots of ERS usage here. Defend against Piastri. No DRS here either. I'm not sure why. Okay, need to be careful through here. Braking way early. Oh, I thought I had the move done there, but not quite. Using up all of the ERS. Piastri, I thought was making a move to the inside there, but appears not. Thought he was looking to the inside there as well, but he holds position. Now he appears to try and make a move. I think we're going to be better than him down through this little section. We are. I did not use any ERS there. I saved it for here. Been using a lot through here. Try to be able to put ourselves in position before we move on Hamilton, but Piastri is going to.
Okay, mate. Hamilton's ahead of you. We don't want to let this hold us up too long.
Oh
so do your
no!
best to get past and get on with the race.
I can't get up there. Maybe before I would have been able to, but now we're stuck behind both Joe and Piastri. There's no way. Unless he pits, but there shouldn't be any reason for him to pit here. Stroll gets back past us. Yeah, dirty air really hurts us here. Maybe need to look at some front downforce. Allow the car to turn better. I think that's where we're really struggling around this place, is some of that front downforce. To get the car to turn better. Using up all the ERS is not going to help. moving here. Not going to work there. How is he still able to get a better? Okay. Not really sure what to do here. How'd that not give me damage? I was in a four-wheel slide there. I should have defended my inside. Let's take a look at the tires. Yeah, the fronts are starting to fall off. Okay, I need rain now. Canada, where we had the rain, that's what allowed us to, I think the rain is really what allowed us to get a good finish there. I could use that again, especially with Stroll. I believe, nope, Stroll's still out of the points, but he's still there knocking for sure. Let's go for a move on Albon here. Nope, car doesn't brake. Perfect. Just crosses us over. We're able to take Sargent there on the outside. This is what I was worried about. After seeing what happened in the sprint, this is kind of what I was worried about. Once we're in traffic, there's nothing that we can do in comparison to their pace, and yeah, we severely need some front downforce on the car. It just floats so terribly. If there's any traffic in front of us, Stroll is trying to go up to, I don't know what position that is, 9th. Still shuffled back, that's good for us. We are kind of able to hang with this group now. I should have covered that off better. So now we've got Sargent to our inside. I just hate having to take the line like that into that little part of the track,
Okay,
but
expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
you already told me that. And it's still very sunny out. I don't know if I believe you. We're going to have a move here on Albon. How does the car not slow down?
Your front wing's damaged. Expect
Yes,
some
I'm
lot of
aware.
understeer unless we replace it.
Strolls up into 10th. Probably partly due because of what I did there. I've just got to hold out here. I just got to try to stay in line. I was going to drive so terribly. I just completely missed that corner. We're just going to fall back here. I can't afford to make a pit stop. It's too long to run on the mediums yet. So unless we went to a two-stop strategy.
Okay, mate, that still wasn't quite what we needed, I'm afraid. But look,
I've just got.
head down and chin up and focus till the end of the race.
I just gotta survive for a while. We're going to be so slow during the the second sector, it's not even going to be funny. Car still is just struggling to get slowed down. I know it's partially because of the wing damage now, but oh, it's so bad. I'm almost better off with two-stop with two sets of mediums, I think, rather than dealing with this wing damage. Box to slap. Great, this is broken too. Box to slap. Whatever. It worked at first on this game, but that's something I've had troubles with in other games, is it won't actually allow you to speak for some reason. And maybe it's a setting that's messed up somewhere, but man, I need the rain to get here sooner. I need to be able to be blazing on these mediums. Set the turn in here. Boom.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Not really, 'cause you just told me.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
How many laps before we get lapped? That is going to be the question here. We're essentially a half a lap behind the nearest car.
Take and burn off some of this energy.
Let's just get the tires up to temp first. Yeah, for the amount of wing damage that we had, it was going to be better for us to do a two-stop with mediums both times. So I'm trying to see if we've got another set of mediums to use.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead.
We do not.
29.5 seconds.
Okay. They want me to run these tires to the end apparently. I don't think they're going to last that long. Plan is going to be, I guess, go back to the use of the hards when we do need to pit. They weren't terrible in terms of wear. And they're not going to be great, but they're going to be better than trying to throw a set of softs on there. They're going to die in 2 laps, so the track is actually very aggressive on the soft tire for whatever reason around here, so not sure why that is. Track doesn't seem overly I guess you could say coarse, but it is wearing wearing away the tires quite quickly, and I'm not sure if that's just a tire wear model or what that is, but
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track in front of us, and let's make the best of it. So please make this next one a very fast lap.
going to try to. I put it up in the hot lap mode after I saw that we had set our best lap. We're up in 2 greens here this lap as
Radar
well.
suggests some weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes.
5
time,
minutes.
So stay on your toes.
I'm going to run these tires as hard as I can then. If we're going to be against some weather.
25.4 seconds.
So that if we do have to pit for enters, then I'm in the best scenario possible. Like I'm as close to the other cars as possible for when that rain does hit. We are making up a decent amount of ground on Sonoda and all of them. We're up about 6 to 7 seconds on them right now. We've got cars pitting here. That's going to be very interesting. We had a decent gap to a lot of those cars before, but the undercut does seem pretty powerful here. So, like I said, we've got a good size gap that we've cut down here. We're going to use some overtake mode here. Going to switch it back to, I guess I just switched back to none, didn't I? We can see Magnussen up there, and he was in the middle of the group that we were chasing. So, it'll be very close, I think, whether or not we catch up to him. We're saving the battery here this lap. I know that's not ideal. We should almost be going for more of a push lap this lap with cars being in. More than likely, again,
The car ahead of you's just fitted
on
car ahead now
this
on the
lap.
hard compound.
But I want to save some battery for when we do catch up to some of these other cars when the pit stop cycles. So we'll see who we come out by. We've got plenty of battery saved up now. We still haven't seen the RBs pit. They may be on a little bit longer of a strategy. But I do like where we're at compared to Hulkenberg here. We may be able to almost overuse some of this ERS to be able to catch up to him, as he is on the hards, we're on the mediums. Granted, they're older mediums, but may be able to pull up to him and just kind of ride along with them. Because that would help us out a lot, is to be able to get some DRS off somebody. See if we've got notification here about anybody in the pits. Nope, doesn't look like anybody's in the pits. OCON has also not pitted. We have not seen teammate in the pits. So there are some cars that are running longer. Not able to really catch up to Hulkenberg right now. But I do think we're going to have quite an advantage here. With the undercut. Now that may go away a little bit with how long we've been out on these tires though, so we'll see We'll see when the rain hits as well. It may... OCON may be in a really good spot for some points if he's able to run the tires long enough that we need to run enters. That would put him more than likely up in the points. So I think we've seen quite a few of the AI come in already for their second set of tires, where he is not. So everyone's got to make a second stop for the enters. He is in prime position, so bump back up to medium deploy on the ERS. I'd forgotten about that. It's just been sitting at 100 casually for a while. So we'll see if this drops the gap to Hulkenberg any. I don't really expect it to, but it's going to help my overall lap times. Really, for as long as we run, these tires are not looking terrible. They're not looking great by any means, but they may be able to run us into the race. That's going to be close. And we are starting to get some rain here. We'll see how long it takes us to change conditions.
Ahead, 3.4 seconds.
But we've somewhat got the advantage here on some of the cars ahead because we're in last place and we're so far behind. That, in one aspect, if they turn off the DRS, like as we're there, it is. I would have actually liked it to have been a little bit later in the lap, but this will work. I think Ocon's in a great position here, especially if he's pitting for enters. Yes, we are going in for enters this lap. It's not everyone's in the pits. Stroll's in the pits. There's a lot of... Okay. Is everyone in the pits? I'm not sure. I thought I'd seen some people that weren't. Good turn in here.
We had an issue attaching the right rear wheel.
You gotta be
I know
kidding
it's not
me.
ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race.
Stroll is actually at the back with us.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those
We'll
tires.
see how we run compared to these AI on the wets. We're going to be back quite far compared to some of these guys, but I don't think everyone pitted there, which could give us a big boost here. In comparison to those people who haven't stopped, so especially when you consider that we are quite good in the wets, at least based on what Canada told us. We may be able to make up some spots here. I don't expect
okay, you're doing well out
more than
there.
just
Keep
a
it up. We're
couple
looking at about 10
spots,
more
but
minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
10 minutes, we may still... There's a possibility that we still go back to a dry tire. Wouldn't that be absolutely crazy? So we'll see here. There are people just pitting this lap, so that's going to benefit us majorly. Hulkenberg, Joe, and Sargent. We'll see if we come out.
Issues with tire wear for now. Keep taking
Better
care
not
of
be. We're going to come out side by side now in front of Hulkenberg. We're using a lot of ERS here. Get past them. A very nice there. like I said, I thought I might be able to get past some of these guys. With them having that one lap extra out on the dry tires, because it got wet quick around here. It wasn't a gradual process. It was we had a lap of drizzle, and then it was time for enters. So we'll see if we can run down Joe here up in front of us. Scholl is way down in the order, but there may have been a bit of a double stack in the pits there.
5 seconds.
I think OCON has pulled a fantastic move here. I have no idea where he's at in the actual running order.
Okay, mate. Lap times are a little erratic
But,
at the moment. Let's try and close up the difference between them.
I think he's very well into the points. It's just a matter of where in the points he's at. Joe is making progress on Sargent. If those two could battle a little bit, that'd bring us right up to them. Granted, those may be the only spots that would be able to make up. A little bit of a slide there. But I don't think we'd be in a terrible spot to try take those two spots though either. So we'll see here. At least get up to close to our expected position. And we are running much slower than, or much faster than what we're supposed to be according to the goal. We may fail a second goal here this race. We'll see here. Use some ERS. We're definitely faster than these two up ahead, at least Sargent. I'm not sure what sort of pace Joe has compared to Sargent. He kind of caught Sargent and he's been held up some. So we're not right on them, but we're quickly approaching them. We've put a gap on Hulkenberg. And let's see here. Especially through, oh my word. Oh,
Mind that front
Joe.
wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage.
I know I probably shouldn't have forced the issue, but that little bit of contact as he came back across the track trying to save it is what pushed us into the barrier there. So definitely using some ERS down that straight. I think we should be fine.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We
As
can't
long
sustain this level of damage.
as the rain sticks with us. I'm not sure what that looks like at this point. But I think we should be okay. Now it's not going to feel great through the
Track's
corners,
trying, but it's going to take a while to clear the standing
but
water offline. Don't start thinking about slicks just yet.
but we may be heading back for some slicks, so that's very interesting as well. We'll have to see who nails that strategy call as well. Do some ERS here. I think Sargent's got quite a bit saved here though. This is very good right now. Joel's just kind of pushing away from us, but that's not entirely surprising. Especially since we're kind of not necessarily squabbling with Sergeant and Joe here at the moment, but we're not exactly always playing nice with each other either. So, let's see here. Interesting. Sergeant is harvesting all the way through there. Still harvesting. Yeah, he's harvesting. Oh, wrong button. Through this little bit, so he's able to use it on the straightaways, I believe. So we're going to kind of try out that tactic as well. He's still saving ERS. That's very interesting. That. Or is that blinking because we're in the wet? Usually that blinks, I believe, when you're saving ERS, but that may be different while we're in the wet conditions. Come on. And that just allowed Joe to get by. And now we're kind of a pickle. Sergeant's taking a look on Joe. There's nothing we can really do there. Hulkenberg's trying to bring himself back into this thing. Harvesting all the way through here. Now deploying some. Had the dive there on Sergeant. Let's try to run on Joe.
Good job. Oh, mate, great stuff. You hit that target. That
All right.
sets us up nicely for the rest of this race.
Good to know, I guess. See what we can do compared to Joe. I think Joe's got a much faster car than Sergeant then, though. Which is going to make trying to get past them a lot harder. I mean, Joe is... We're definitely struggling. We're going to have to time it right. I think Joe's going to get away from us here. He was just stuck behind Sergeant, and when we all went 3 wide, that's when he got past, allowed him to really take off from us. So we'll see if we can do it. Catch up through here using the ERS. Not as much as I would like. I think Sergeant's really slow through there.
0.2 seconds.
We're catching up to Joe some, but he's got ERS saved up. So that's going to make it very hard to be able to do anything to him. We'll keep working on him here. I wouldn't say we're out of the fight here for 17th, but definitely going to be a bit harder now. It is a little bit easier now that I'm actually able to gap Sergeant some in that downhill heading towards the start finish line. I don't think I'm quite as good through there now that I've got a little bit of wing missing. So we'll see here.
At the moment, just focus on the driving.
I definitely feel like that first corner there, we were
Okay, the car behind is dropping
a little
back.
bit
We're seeing a gap starting to form.
off on. We get the move on Joe heading down into one. He's going to have the drive off of the corner though. We've got ERS. We're going to try to go around the outside here.
It looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
If everyone does go to the dries, it'd be tempting to stay out on the inters, play some strategy. I don't think we're going to be dry enough quickly enough for it to happen. I think if it does dry out soon enough, you're going to see a mixed bag of what cars do. If it happens, if we've got cars pitting, I'm going to guess the track's not dry enough until about 2 or so to go. Would be my guess on when it, if it's going to happen, when those pit stops are going to be made. In which case, I think we're almost better off.
To the car in front, 5.2 seconds.
Trying the strategy of running the enters long. So, with some clear track in front of us, we're using a lot of ERS right now, but we may be able to start to take little chunks out of the lead that Stroll has on us. He's also caught behind one of those Haas cars, so that could help me out and catching him as well. Granted, we're not catching him by huge amounts here right now, but could definitely help us get up there. I think he's getting held up by that Haas car. I definitely do. We're pulling a bit of a gap on Joe now. Just had to work our way through traffic. And it actually appears that the Austin Martin and the Haas car are stuck behind maybe Albon? I'm not sure which car that is up there. It's a blue car for sure. I think it may be Albon that they're stuck behind, which would make sense because Sargent was holding up Joe, so if they're both kind of slow, that would definitely make sense. Keeps them into these corners, making up time there.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
I think we're fine in terms of tires. I want to try to catch these guys. And catching up we are. Making a fair amount of gain on them now. But the track is starting to dry out. Got up on the curb there really awkwardly. Cost us a lot of time. Had to use up a fair amount of ERS. Track's definitely starting to dry out. This is actually exactly when I thought we'd start to hit that transition point. I think we are there. I don't know if I think we're basically on dry track now. But I don't see anybody coming to the last lap to get tires. That would really surprise me if they were to do that. There's more ERS here. Yes, the tires are going to be extremely hot. But that's because we're on dry surface now, so not going to be able to catch the guys in front. That was more of a wet track scenario.
2.7 seconds.
I'm definitely thinking that dry tire would be the preferred tire now. Nobody's going to pit with the amount of laps that are left. I'm just kind of doing our thing. I don't really see any rain now.
Okay,
It's just
final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
us logging laps on the enters. There's DRS enabled. Yeah. If that would have come out about 2 or 3 laps sooner, I think you see some major strategy plays. Whether cars go to the enters, or if they go to, or if they stay on their enters, or if they go to a slick tire, because currently we're about, what is it, 7 seconds per lap slower, I think. Max Verstappen wins here at the Red Bull Ring. Actually, we made up a lot of time that lap. About 2 more laps and we would have been able to catch up to him, I think. But
and that's the end of the race.
honestly, all things considered, 17th is pretty good for us there. The wet scenario definitely helped us out. Sonoda gets driver of the day. I'm very interested to see what what the podium looks like, what the points look like, because I think OCON's up in there. OCON barely misses that. No, that's for the weekend. Race results are Verstappen, Sainz, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Alonso. Here's where it gets a little bit weird. Sonoda up in 7th from 16th. That's where I got driver of the day. Perez, Ocon with that strategy only had the 1 stop. So Sonoda put himself up there. So Ocon with 2 points. Russell, Piastri, Albon, Bottas, Ricardo, Magnussen, Stroll. So it was actually Ricardo who Magnussen and Stroll were stuck behind. Us, Guan Yu, Hulkenberg, and Sargent. Actually ended up being more exciting than I thought it would be, but let's move back to the main menu and wrap this up. Ratings, experience goes up, racecraft goes up, pace goes up, focus goes up just a little bit. That's going to bring us up to a 76 rating. Let's take a look here. No DNF, still leading the teammate rivalry. Overtakes, I don't think we had that many overtakes. Maybe we did. And rivalry, finishing position versus starting position though doesn't go up that much. No penalties. The 2 objectives and the rivalry, and go up just a little bit there, with the finishing position just being 1 spot below. I didn't expect to, we didn't go up any there, and I didn't expect to, especially not with him finishing higher. Apparently we did not complete one of those goals. We're getting close on material fabrication planner as well. For that goal, let's see where we're heading off to next. I think we've got a fair amount of fun tracks coming up. With the British Grand Prix off to Silverstone next. Another quick turnaround there from the last race, so we'll see what we can do there. So hope you enjoyed today's episode, guys. A little bit of strategy involved, but overall a lot of fun. So hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.